In the world of JRPG giants, Persona now stands near the top, being comparable to the likes of Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest in terms of sheer modern popularity. The impressive growth of the series can largely be attributed to the unprecedented success of Persona 5. However, that entry's gameplay loop of daily social life and dungeon delving can be traced back to another beloved title, Persona 3. Following the more Shin Megami Tensei structure of the previous games, Persona 3 shook it all up fundamentally, a considerable risk that paid off in spades. Now, we're finally seeing that legendary release greet audiences in a full-fledged remake, putting it on the same level of spectacle and gameplay modernization as the more recent entries. During a preview event, I was able to play some of the pre-release builds, and my excitement for this revamped visit has only grown tenfold.
The enemy's down! Let's finish this! Like fish in a barrel! Out of my sight! Crushing victory!
Throughout my time playing Persona 3 Reload, I experienced some story scenes, daily life after school, and Tartarus exploration. When it comes to the daily life aspect of gameplay, I managed to walk around Tatsumi Port Island both day and night, which honestly gave me waves of nostalgia since the last time I was able to do this was during Persona 3 FES. Each area of the map has been remade lovingly and faithfully, ensuring that veteran fans will feel right at home even with the enhanced visuals. Still, there are a few new elements that caught me off guard, giving this remake more of its own identity. For instance, you can now find new collectibles called Twilight Fragments around Tatsumi Port Island, with some being mildly well hidden. These items can also be found in Tartarus and are used to unlock certain chests, so it seems worthwhile to take the time to find as many as possible. Another feature worth mentioning, though I'm unsure of its capacity, is that on a day off from school, I could leave the dorm and re-enter it without time passing. However, time does pass like usual if you go straight home after school. Regardless, it does feel like there's a great deal of freedom and leniency on your days off. Moreover, while exploring Polonia Mall, I entered the club and found 2 student NPCs with actual mechanics affixed to them. One was a dark web informant and the other was a fortune teller. The latter seems to function similarly to Chihaya from Persona 5 for dungeon boons, while the other is tied to a new mechanic regarding a shared computer in the dorm room. And this is only me highlighting a few new features that are in the total game. When it comes to the Tartarus, this is probably where I felt the most newness of sorts, aside from the new combat tool, Thurgy, which had a surprising degree of narrative tie-in and cutscenes dedicated to it. Tartarus itself just has a different atmosphere. It's difficult to verbalize though, but if you are familiar with Persona 3 from its previous iterations, you'll undeniably find this locale to exhibit distinction, setting itself apart from the prior depictions. Admittedly, I only traversed a handful of floors and fought a couple of bosses, yet it all felt less congested than the Tartarus I was familiar with. This new openness makes the towering structure come across as more intimidating, even if the explorable space feels comparable to what the previous versions of Persona 3 brought to the table. Then again, this may change in the later blocks. As of now, I'm beyond thrilled to see all of what Tartarus has to offer, with each block having a greater visual variety than ever before to ensure that it never grows tiresome. Persona 3 is my favorite entry in the franchise, so this remake was always going to excite me. Still, after actually playing it and experiencing this renewed vision firsthand, I have no doubt that I and countless other fans will fall in love with this series. The enhanced visuals, new combat features, and rearranged soundtrack alone already feel masterclass, and I can't wait to see it all coalesced. Persona 3 Reload is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and PC on February 2nd, 2024. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. LazyPixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Put you down! This is over. By the way,
I see.
Oh, hello.
Let's do it. We see them. Stop getting in our way!
Her leader took one out.
I'm ready. Persona! Here we go, Senpai!
It's
That
time
was
for a full
amazing!
assault! Like fish in a barrel! Out of my sight! Crushing victory!
I no longer detect any shadows. All the ones on this floor have been defeated.
It's all coming back to me. It would be wise for me to keep battling.
Let's keep going then. Let's head to the stairs that lead up.
Hang on. I'm sensing something on the floor above us. Something strange.
Is it some kind of powerful shadow?
No, it feels similar to the distortion I felt earlier.
Roger. Let's move carefully and assess the situation when we get upstairs.
Voice Pixel.